Hey guys, Tina here, the Critical Virgo. Welcome back to another Fragrance Fridays. I know I'm super late to this one. I'm going to be talking about Cape Heartache by Imaginary Authors. I have a little spray sample here. I have received so many of these, of this particular fragrance, in addition to a few other ones from this house from viewers, subscribers, and I remember the first time I got it, I tried it out, but only recently have I given this fragrance some decent wear time where I feel like I can actually talk about it. I'm going to give you the notes and then I'll get into it. So on this one we have some Douglas fir, pine resin, western hemlock, vanilla leaf, strawberry, old growth, and mountain fog. The first time I tried this out, I immediately said this reminds me of Winter by Dasein, which is another fragrance that I have reviewed, and that was probably why I received my first sample of this. If I had to pick some words to describe this fragrance overall, I would say that this is like a Christmas winter forest wonderland with jammy strawberry candies scattered all around. Now, I know I said that this reminds me of Winter by Dasein. That was my initial impression. The more that I wore this, the more that I realized that there's a lot of similarities, but a lot of differences too. So I'm not going to do a full comparison between the two because that's not what this is about. But if you're familiar with the other fragrance, I find Winter by Dasein to be a little like kind of soapy from that lavender. That's the thing that really stood out the most for me. And this one has that sweet, jammy kind of strawberry going in with it. But overall, they both share that Christmas tree, winter wonderland feel. That's the thing that they have in common. Which one do I prefer more? I'm not quite sure. I'm really torn because they're both really wonderful fragrances. They have, you know, qualities that I adore about each of them. When I first sprayed this on, the thing that I noticed the most would have to be that Christmas tree feel. And immediately I think of the holidays. This is fast becoming one of my favorites holiday Christmas type scents. And the other thing that I noticed was the sweetness in this. It's not what I would call a gourmand, but there's definitely a sweet touch to it. It's nothing cloying that's going to offend anybody. It's just kind of hangs out in the back. It's really lovely. It's pretty linear on me. It doesn't really change, so there's not a whole lot of change to the dry down. I did get really good wear time with this. The longevity was excellent. Projection was decent too. It started to fail on me toward the end of the day generally, but I do live in hot and humid South Florida, so that might have something to do with it. So overall, this fragrance is really well blended. There are no notes that really compete with each other. I did say earlier that this reminds me of like Christmas and winter because it smells like a Christmas tree, a pine tree. So having said that, the things that stand out to me the most would be the Douglas fir, the pine resin, and I did mention earlier the strawberry. But just to be clear, the strawberry is not like a fresh strawberry, it's a synthetic one. So it reminds me of like a strawberry candy. As far as pricing goes, this one's a steal. I found two options. The 50 ml is $4.95 and then the 14 ml was $38. In comparison to the fragrance that this reminds me of in a way, Winter by Dasein, that was 50 mls for $125. So personally, I would probably pick up the 14 ml travel bottle because I wouldn't get a ton of use out of this. I'd probably be reaching for it in like December because I associate this with Christmas trees. And that's when I would be in the mood to wear a fragrance like this. But I just like that there's a lot of options out there. So I know this has been reviewed to death and I'm so late to it, but I'm sure most of you have tried this out. And I'd love to hear from you. I really haven't talked to a lot of people about this fragrance before, but I do know that this house is very much loved and I can definitely see why. because there are some amazing scents and they perform really well and they're at a great price point. So Josh did a really great job with that. Kudos to him. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, you know where to put them. I love hearing from you guys. Till next Friday. Bye.